Reprints in Yu-Gi-Oh are a godsend to the community. They increase accessibility to the game and allow players to afford engines that were otherwise locked behind hundreds of dollars. At least, that's what they're supposed to be. However, every now and then Konami gets it wrong, and let's just say that prices end up feeling as though they've fallen under new management. This was exactly the case with Quarter Century Stampede, a reprint set that promised to make the Fiendsmith engine accessible to everyone. But Konami only reprinted Engraver and Desiree, which meant that the rest of the engine suddenly skyrocketed in price. I'm looking at you, Tract and Lacrima. Now, there's a lot to this, and a lot of us suspect that Konami purposely orchestrated this to leave players hungry for this year's Megatons. After all, the best business plan is to create a problem and sell a solution. But I'm not here today to focus on the problem. Instead, and I'm sure you've guessed it by the title, but I'm here to show you how to get the most out of your Fiendsmith reprints, without having to break the bank. In fact, this entire combo can be performed for about $35, which isn't cheap, but it's much better than the hundreds of dollars you would have had to otherwise shell out. So let's get into it. As with most Fiendsmith combos, to perform this you'll need a way to get 2 monsters on the field. For the purpose of this tutorial, I've decided to show you how to do it in Memento because I feel as though this combo is better suited as a plan B, and I feel as though this deck kinda needs a plan B, especially since people are becoming more aware of its choke points. So to start off, I'm going to start off by normal summoning Anguish. I'm going to use her effect to search. A smart player will not use their negate on the Anguish, but will save it for the horse, especially if they only have one piece of negation in hand. So I'll special summon the horse to my side of the field, and when I attempt to use its effect, that's when your opponent will generally use the effect of a hand trap. In this case, they're going to use the Veiler on the horse, and if you watched my combo tutorial before, you know that this is generally where Memento's combo ends, assuming you have no other extenders. However, if you're playing this new Fiendsmith line, or this other Fiendsmith line that people have been playing, you can still combo through. To some degree at least, it's a plan B. So you'll link off your 2 monsters into Moon, and then you'll link off the Moon into Requiem. So for our standard Fiendsmith stuff, activate Requiem's effect to summon out Fiendsmith from your deck, Engraver. From here, you'll use the Grave effect of Requiem to equip itself to Engraver, and because Engraver is equipped with something, you can now summon out Necroquip. When Necroquip hits the field, you'll use the effect of Engraver, returning the Moon to your extra deck to summon itself back to your side of the field, and then you will overlay into a Caesar, which is what most Fiendsmith lines do anyway. Now, of course, this is not as strong as the full combo, but it is significantly cheaper, and it is something that you can do given that Tract and Lacrima are now inaccessible.